Have you ever found something that made you question everything you thought you knew about the person you loved? Something so dark that once you see it, you can never go back? This is Melissa's story. For 12 years, Melissa believed she had the perfect marriage. Ryan was the kind of man every woman dreamed of. Charming, dependable, kind. He brought her coffee every morning, kissed her goodbye before work, and always texted, "Home soon. Love you." They had 2 children, Emma and Noah, and a cozy life in the Oregon suburbs that looked perfect on the outside. But perfection has a price, and Melissa didn't realize she'd been paying it in silence. Over the years, Ryan began to change. He laughed less, stare at nothing for minutes, lost in thought. When Melissa asked what was wrong, he'd smile that same empty smile and say, "Just tired. You worry too much." Then came the nights away. Work trips, he said, always sudden, always unexplained. And yet, he never told her where work actually was. One autumn afternoon, while cleaning out the attic for storage, Melissa found a small wooden chest wedged behind old boxes. Inside it, wrapped in a faded scarf, was a leather-bound diary. The initials RD were engraved on the cover. She opened it, and her breath caught. It was Ryan's handwriting. The first page read, "March 3rd. She still has no idea what I've done." Melissa's heart began to race. She turned the page. "Every time I see her smile, I remember the lake. I can't escape it. I can't erase her face." Her hands trembled. "The lake? Whose face?" Melissa read for hours, unable to stop. Page after page described another woman, Elena, someone Ryan once loved, someone who knew too much. Each entry was darker than the last. Elena said she'd tell Melissa everything. I begged her not to. She didn't listen, and then it happened. "I didn't mean for it to happen." Tears blurred her eyes. "What happened, Ryan?" she whispered to the empty attic. That night, Melissa couldn't sleep. Ryan was away on another business trip. Every word from that diary echoed in her mind like a scream. By morning, she had made a decision. She was going to find the truth. The next weekend, when Ryan left again, she searched his study. In the bottom drawer of his desk, behind tax files and bank papers, she found a photograph, Ryan with a woman by a lake. Her name was written on the back, Elena. She had kind eyes, brown hair, and a smile that looked trusting. Melissa flipped the photo and noticed something odd, a faint reflection in the lake behind them. A second person, blurry, almost hidden. She couldn't shake the image. The diary mentioned a cabin by Clearwater Lake, so Melissa went there, alone. The drive was long, silent, and heavy with dread. The deeper she went into the woods, the more the world around her felt like it was holding its breath. The cabin stood at the edge of the lake, small, forgotten, cloaked in fog. Inside, it smelled of dust and damp wood. Everything was still, as if frozen in time. Then she saw it. A table with a glass of half-finished whiskey, a photograph pinned to the wall. Ryan and Elena. Again. But this one was worse, because in this one, Elena looked afraid. Melissa felt a chill run through her. She stepped closer and saw a small metal box under the table. Inside were old letters, every one of them addressed to her. "My dearest Melissa, I never wanted this. I didn't mean for her to die." Her breath hitched. She dropped the letter, backing away. Then the floor creaked. "Who's there?" She whispered, no answer. Just silence. She turned, her flashlight flickering, and saw someone standing at the door. A tall figure, motionless, watching. She blinked, and they were gone. Heart pounding, she grabbed the letters, the photo, and ran. When Ryan returned home that night, Melissa was waiting. The diary sat open on the table. He froze when he saw it. His voice cracked. "Where did you find that?" "In the attic," she said. "And the cabin by Clearwater Lake." Ryan's face turned pale. He sank into a chair, shaking. "Melissa, please, you have to understand," she whispered. "Did you kill her?" He covered his face with his hands. "It wasn't supposed to happen." She showed up that night, angry, threatening to tell you everything. "I tried to stop her. She fell. She hit her head. I panicked." Melissa stared at him, tears streaming down her face. "So you buried her? Lied to me for 12 years? I did it for you." "For the kids," he said, voice trembling. "If I could go back, I would. I've lived in hell ever since." But Melissa didn't believe him. Not fully. His story had holes, on too many, and that night she realized. She wasn't safe. She went to the police, told them everything. When they searched the cabin, there was nothing. No letters, no photos. No sign anyone had been there. Even the diary she turned in as evidence disappeared from the evidence room days later. Ryan swore he didn't take it, but Melissa saw the truth in his eyes. A week later, Ryan's car was found abandoned near Clearwater Lake. Engine running, door open, no sign of him. Only a note on the seat. "Tell the kids I'm sorry." The case went cold. The police ruled it a suicide. But Melissa never believed that. Months later, She moved out of the house, tried to start over, but strange things kept happening. Sometimes she'd come home to find the attic light on, even though she'd never been up there. Once she found muddy footprints leading from the back door to her bedroom, and one night, while putting Emma to bed, her daughter whispered, "Mommy, I saw Daddy in the window." He said not to forget the lake. Melissa froze. Her blood turned to ice. She ran outside, but the yard was empty. Only the wind moving through the trees. Today, years later, she still dreams about that diary. Sometimes she hears the sound of turning pages in the dark. Sometimes she swears she can smell Ryan's cologne. And sometimes when she drives past Clearwater Lake, she sees two figures standing on the shore. One is Ryan. The other is Elena, both watching, both waiting. So now I'll ask you, if you found your partner's diary and it revealed a hidden life, a buried crime, and a past darker than you could imagine, would you keep reading or close it forever and live with the lie? Because some secrets don't want to stay buried.